Yeah, so no problem, no worry. But okay, so actually in the test plan, 1 minute, I'm sharing my screen. Everyone able to hear?
Yeah.
Everyone able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, right?
Mailbox is open.
Yeah. So so now we can observe. So this is the performance testing life cycle. So performance test life cycle means, so if it is a new project, you need to prepare for the POC. Okay, and non-functional requirements also. If it is new project, yourself you need to prepare the non-functional requirement. Like you need to gather for the non-functional requirements using for the these three, like client doesn't know anything application and application is production, and client doesn't know anything application not in production, and client doesn't know application and application not in production, and there is no comp data. So means if it is a very brand new project, you need to find these all things. Maybe it is already project will be there, so no need to do for this all, like what is the POC no need to do, and already you have the non-functional requirements will be there. So no need to do for the up to 3 steps. So after that, if it is a new already working project, so you need to doing for the, see for example, our project will be we have the scenarios. Okay, real time I will explain. Okay, we have the three scenarios, like three scripts, three scenarios. Okay, in the three scenarios, one is for the pest store application. Okay, second one is the some web tour application, and next one will be, third one will be some zero bank account, zero bank. So now these three is our requirement for current release. We want to test for the these three scenarios, like pest store and web tour application and zero bank. So now you need to prepare the test plan. So once this is completed, once okay, in this release we need to do for these three, means you need to start for the test plan. So in the test plan contains like what is your object and what is your scope, and what are the scenarios you are testing, and what kind of testing you are doing for these scenarios, like load or stress or endurance, and what is the script starting time and what is the script execution time, and what is the test when is your project sign off date, and as same to the we need to mention for the test deliverable times. So these are all things we can mention in the test plan, and we need to send for the approve point of view our project manager. Then he will look on this test plan. Okay, he will understand that test plan. Okay, what is the object and what kind of testing they are doing, and what are the scenarios they are testing, when they are starting scripting, when they are start execution, and when sign off is happening. So you can observe these all things, and as same to the we need to mention the configuration details also, like how many CPUs we are using, how much memory we are using. So everything we can mention the test plan. Okay, he will look on that, everything is good, then he can okay is approved for the test plan. Once you can approve the test plan, then you need to do for the what we need to do, workload model. You need to prepare the workload model. So workload of model nothing but we need to prepare for the like what are the scenarios we are testing. Each scenario how much user load, like 500 or 1000. So each scenario guys, and each scenario what are the transactions you have, and each and transaction what is the response time, what is the think time of each and every transaction, and what is the pacing calculation. So these all things we can include in the document, because that document it is using for the our workload point of view. Like you are doing for the testing means, by seeing the workload model you need to design the scenario. Okay, for example, we have the web tour will be there, pest store will be there. We want test this application 100 users. Okay, and after that we need to do for the web tour is a 200 users, and zero bank we need to do for the 1000 users. So okay, assume this. So these all things you need to already design in the workload model. Then when your scripting is completed, these three directly you can go to the in execution phase, like how many users in thread group we need to design 100 users for the pet store, and web tour for 200, and zero bank 1000 users you need to design, because everything we are designing the workload model. So based on those details you need to design the scenario in the thread group. Okay, so that workload model is prepared, the completed test data. So you are testing with the pet store is 100 usernames means you need for the 100 username and password for the unique data. So those data you need to prepare yourself. If it is there, then you need to use for the already previous data you can use. If it is not there, you need to prepare the data. So same way we need to prepare the web tour data and zero bank data. So everything is a test data preparation also completed. Then next step will we need to start our script recording and enhancements. So script recording nothing but we can do for the pestore script, and after record the script we can do for the first will be we need to record the script, and after that we need to start for the scripting enhancements. Like what we need to do, we can do for the parameterization, correlation and assertions and timers, and this we can all we can include. And this script is this after complete for this all scripting enhancements completed, then that script we can do for the execution will be ready. So a same way we can complete these two scripts also. After complete for the script enhancements for this all, then next step will be we can design the scenario. Like we can open thread group. So now what we are doing, test design the scenario. Design nothing but okay, pest store we want to execute 100 users, and web tour we want to execute 200 users, and duration also we can give it as a 1 hour. So based on these inputs we need to design the scenario. So for example, you can go here. I'm adding for the thread group, and I'm again adding for the again we are adding for the one more thread group, and again I'm adding for the one more thread group. Okay, assume just I'm adding one more thread group. Okay, so just assume. So now three scenarios we have. One is for the which application, that is the pest store application, and next one is the web tour application, and next one is for the zero bank. Now these scenarios you need to design. So in the design phase, like in pest store you want to design 100 users, and web tour you want to design for the 200 users, right? You are designing 200, and zero bank you are designing to the 100 users. So like this you can design, and same to we need to design give for the duration of the test, how much duration you want to give. Like 1 hour means 3600 seconds, and same to the each test we can execute for the load test means that is the default we need to do for the 1 hour duration, so 3600 seconds. And so like this is the design part. So means how many users you want to testing, and what is the test duration you need to give for this, like this. Okay, so after design is completed, next what you need to do, you can already design is completed, you can click on this start button, then your execution will be start. So that is the execution part. Okay, after execution is completed, you want to analyze the results, like each and every transaction, like it's a pest store, what are the transactions you have, each and every transaction we are meeting SLA or not. When you are doing for the test execution time, so you can go to here, you can click on start execution. As same to parallelly you need to do for the monitoring tools also you need to add. Before start test execution, you need to go to the, for example, we have the performance will be there. You can go to the performance and we need to add for the servers, like we have to add for the CPU and memory utilization point of view. So you can go to the here. So after that you can observe here we need to go to the data collector set and you need to click on the expand the data collector set and that user define. You can give it as a new name as a data collector set and just you can give it as a load test I'm giving. Okay, load test and click on next, and after that you need to like select for here system performance we are testing, so you can select for system performance and click on next. This is the saving location. Actually our results will be saving in this folder in the perflog and admin load test, it's saving. Click on next and this is the save and close. You can do, otherwise you want to start this test collector set, now you can give save and close, you can click see it's done. So now you are created load test, this is the your test. Now you can go to the here is a define and your test, click on the test and click on here right button, click on go to the properties and here you need to add for the counters CPU or memory or what are the counters you want to add, you can add CPU, can click on add and same to the we need to schedule the our test, like for example what time to what time we need to execute the test. So your starting date, this is the starting date and what time you want to execute the test. Now 7:31, right, you can give it as a 7:33 I give it say 33 and this is the not AM PM. Okay, and click on OK. This is the start time and you want to give for the end condition also, right, duration, how much duration you are executing. If you are executing with the 5 minutes, okay, we will give for the 60 seconds, 60 seconds and means this is the stop condition, means your test will be executed only 60 minutes and click on OK. Now we need to add for the performance counters. These are the very important. Go to the performance counter, click on properties and here we can observe we have the different counters, we have processor counters and we have the memory counters will be there. You can click on processor, add this. So once you can click on add this, it will open the one window and here we are able to see the all counters. What is the counters you need to add. Mostly we need to add for the processor counter. Processor nothing but see this is the processor information. You can click on this processor information. We are able to see the processor nothing but CPU. For here we have the this is the CPU. In that counters we have sub counters. So what are the things we need? We need to add. Like we need to add for the processor time or user time. You need to add processor time. We need to add. If you want all instances, you can click on this and click on add. It will add it for the processor time. And apart from process time, you want user time also, means you can leave this and click on add button. So CPU I added, done. Then you can go to the memory and you need to add for the memory counters. So go to the memory, like we have the memory counters.
అంటే రియల్ టైమ్ సినారియోలో అండి CPU ప్లస్ మెమరీ చూస్తారా అంటే ర్యామ్.
Yes, main we can see the CPU and memory. Okay, so sorry,
CPU means RAM అంటే ప్రాసెసరా?
yes, CPU is nothing but it's a processor. Memory nothing but it's a RAM memory. Storage, hard disk. We can call it as hard disk, right? So
network ఇంకోటి ఏదో ఉంటాయి కదా రెండు మూడు.
Yeah, we can add what we have. The lot of will be there. You can observe here. We have the lot of will be there. You can observe network also. You have. If you want to add means you can add for the network counter also. We can add.
అంటే యాక్చువల్ గా రియల్ టైమ్ సర్వర్ లో ఏమేమి చెప్పాలంటే మన ఇంటర్వ్యూలో చెప్పేదానికి అంటే ఏమేమి
you are monitoring means we need to monitor for this CPU, memory, network and database counters also. Okay. So this is the memory. So you can add for the memory, like total how many committed you can add, and what is the shared use you can add. And after that, if you want to add for the any network counters, you can go to the network counters. So you can select for the bytes transferred from network, and as same to the we need to add for the like how many bytes transferred per second and packets. So we need to add it for the network, and as same to you want to add for the database counter also we can add. So database nothing but if it is SQL or Oracle anything. Okay, you can go to the here. So these 4 will be important for counters for the, and as same to the each and every counter what are things we are giving, like it's a process or nothing but this is the 2 sub counters you need to, that is also you need to know, like we need for the total committed bytes and available bytes. So this is the way you need to know for this all counters. So these 4 will be very important counters for the here. Okay, where is SQL, anyone seeing packet, preprocessor, network, power meter, PowerShell.
యాక్చువల్ ఇది మానిటరింగ్ కూడా మనకేనండి, అంటే వర్క్ అంటే సెపరేట్ గా ఉంటారా మానిటరింగ్?
No. So everything you only do.
అంటే ట్యూనింగ్ చేసేది కూడా మనమేనా? అంటే ఎక్సెస్ ఏమైనా
end-to-end testing you need to do. That is the depends on the team. Maybe you are a very less years of experience, right? Then you need to, everything will be, you are not do. So you have the team will be there. Or maybe you are a 1 year experience, they will give for you only scripting. So you are good for the 4 years, right? They will give for the like execution. If it is more than that, then they will give for the tuning part. So based on that will be, maybe sometimes you are only individual contributor, then you need to do for the end-to-end testing. Like you only do for the scripting and execution, result analysis, and you only tune the application where is the issue you need to identify. So everything you can do, that is depends on your project. So now you can observe here test will be started and stopped, already done. So you are start the test, right? If you click here and same to same way it will be start test in the here also in this performance monitor also. Okay, this is the way you need to design for the monitoring and same to the your here testing also. So after test is completed, we need to results analysis, like each and every transaction, how much response time we are getting. So that things we need to read, and reporting and recommendation, and as simple what are the reporting, what are the recommendations we need to give. Like we are executed this many, we are observed that CPU memory is not good. So what is, if you are face any risk and mitigations, you can mention that the reporting document. So this is the end-to-end testing process you can follow for the any application, like if you are doing load runner or anything. Okay, is clear everyone?
క్లియర్. అంటే వర్క్ లోడ్ మోడల్ అంటే ఎన్ని ఇవ్వాలి, ఎంత క్వాంటిటీ, అదొక్కటేనా దాని కింద వచ్చేదండి?
No. So already I told, right, is workload nothing but it is a user load, and as same to the what is the each and every transactions, what are the transactions, each transaction what is the your SLAs, and you need to mention for the think time and pacing calculation also. Okay, So now we'll start with our scripting is completed, right? We'll move to the execution phase only. Okay. So just I'm opening for the already existing script. I have existing script for here. Already I have launch transaction. Click on login and logout will be there. This is the zero bank account. So for this test I want to do for the execution for GUI mode. We have the two modes we can do for the here testing. 1 minute. Hello. So now we'll go to the script and so this is the zero bank account. Already I given for the recording like each and every transactions names I given properly. Launch URL, transaction 01 and click on sign in and transaction 02 and login. So this is the scenario I completed. I think I done for the all scripting enhancements also. So you can observe here sign in. We are done for the regular expression. I done for this token value. We have only token value will be there and in that we can observe in the click on sign in and login. So login I did for the username password also I did. So now we want for the this scenario we can execute. So now before that we need to add for the some another enhancements also. So only we did for the correlation parameterization. After this what things we can do means you need to do for the assertions and you can give for the response assertion for each and every transaction. See, you can go to end and add response assertion and login part you can go here and add response assertion. For each assertion I'm adding for the like and text response or response code. I'm taking for response code only, add and 200. If it is not 200 then you will get for the error. So I save this and now sir assertion is completed and after that what things
సార్
we can do means sorry
అది లాగిన్ దగ్గర రెస్పాన్స్ అసర్షన్ ఉంది కదా అక్కడ లాగిన్ రెస్పాన్స్ దాని కింద అక్కడ రెస్పాన్స్ కోడ్ పెట్టలేదు మీరు టెక్స్ట్ రెస్పాన్స్ పెట్టారు.
okay thank you. I think this is also we are not selected. Good catch. Okay, so now we are added assertions and after that assertion what things we need to add, you can click on add and we have to add for the timers also. Timer nothing but what, it is a delay between the action to action or transaction to transactions. We have different type of timers will be there, constant timer, uniform timer and Gaussian timer will be there. So if it is constant nothing but if you select this then you can give for the how many seconds or how many milliseconds you want to wait for the this transaction to action. So we are given for the 300 milliseconds and we can give for here also. So you can give it as a name, think time or delay you can give. You can give for
యాక్చువల్లీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ టు ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ మధ్యలో ఉండే థింక్ టైం అంటారండి.
yes
అది పేసింగ్ అనే కూడా అదే కదా?
no pacing is the iteration to iteration. Okay. So you can copy this and you can paste for here also and all transactions. So scripting all enhancements I'm explaining. So now we did for the response selection we did and same to the think time also we did. So now we can do for the again anything you can observe. Go to the here and add, and we are completed for the assertions, timers, and preprocessor. Already I did for the CSV data set. You can observe already I selected this data, and now preprocessor also completed. Then go to the again we have the preprocessor config element we have, and already we are added, and logic controllers we have. So logic controller, which purpose we can use means we want to add any transaction controller means you can add loop controller means how many times you want to execute particular loop controller, simple controller and throughput controller. So we have different random controller also we have, and interleave controller also we have. So each and everyone we can use for the our testing point of view. For example, you can use for the loop controller, you can click on this. See, it is a particular this loop how many times you want to execute, like one time or two time. So based on that, see, for example, we have the some flight booking application will be there. Flight booking is one scenario, a ticket cancelling for the one scenario. So same scenario you are booking for the 10 tickets and cancel for the 5 tickets. So at that time you need to add for the loop counters. Got it, everyone? So that is the way we need to do for the all scripting enhancements. So now this is the major things. Okay, only for correlation, parameterization, and think time, and same to the this is the assertions. So these major things for this. After this all is completed, then you want to do for the execution. So go to the thread group, and now you can design the scenario. Like first we'll start with the 10 only, 10 users, and here ramp up will be there. You can observe number of threads, nothing but number of users, how many users you want to execute the test. So ramp up period means if you give 5 seconds, all users will be at a time will be go to the run status like they are doing for their transactions. Otherwise, if you give for the more than like we are given 10 seconds means all 10 users means each user will be 1 second will be ramp up. And here loop count will be there. Loop count nothing but how many iterations you want to give. If you want to give for the more than each and everything you want to give for the more than one means you can give for the 1 or 2 and specify the duration. So we can specify the duration like we can give it as a duration. We have 746, right? Will run for the 120 seconds. Okay, 120 seconds I'm giving means 2 minutes test. Okay, and after that we are designing the scenario. So design is completed, so you can go to the here also. So we need to start with the 747, right? We can start our test. So we can change here, we want to monitor this also, right? You can go to the properties and stop condition will give for the duration 120 seconds because we are capturing data 120 seconds, and stop condition and schedule also you can go here, you can click this, you can edit, and what time we want to execute like 747, right? We can start our test 749. Okay, 749 and click on OK and apply and OK. So this automatically start from the automatically to start, no need to click start here. So this is fine, right? Now you can go to here. Once 749 is done, then you can start scenario this. So this is the scenario and execution. So because everything is script is ready, okay, now we want to do for the execution. So now no need for the this debugging one, just you can disable this. Okay, and HTTP script recorder also no need now when we are executing the script, so just disable that. Okay, so now we want only view results tree need because we want a execution, everything we need to know means we can see. Now we can observe here, this is the test duration time. Once you can click on start scenario, it will start with the 1 second onwards it will start, and here you can observe for the how many users will be then, and if you are getting any errors it will display for the errors also here. So now we'll start our test 748, right? Okay, no problem. There it will pick 749. Okay, we'll start our test. So I have started test. You can observe. So launch and everything is going. You can observe it will execute. You can observe here. Now only after 10 minutes only all 10 users will be ramp up. See now all 10 users will be doing their transaction like sign in, and they are clicking some different what are the things will be there. It is going. Now you can observe this is the 30 seconds your test is completed. Okay, and we are able to see this all. And you can go to there and automate 749 done, right? You can go here and you can observe automatically it is start your test. Why it is not started? (7:49 p.m.) Okay, once you can give for the proper conditions here. Okay, 2 hours we are given from to 120 seconds, right? We need to give for the proper here. So it is we can change that end condition, not start condition. 7:51 it will start, will give maybe test. See,
ఇప్పుడు మీరు పెట్టిండే లోడ్ టెస్టే కదండి?
yes. So test is still executing. Can observe 10 users still is executing. Can go here, you can see the so during that test you should monitor CPU memory also all told, right? You can go to the task manager also. We are able to see the performance in the CPU is now you can observe 1617 only is there, and memory is 53 is there. So means if it is not crossing more than 80% only, the CPU memory is not sufficient for the particular user load, because we are executed 10 users, right? So that is why it is not happen more CPU memory is not utilizing. So when you are doing for the GUI testing, what will happen, you know? So your system memory will be consumed very high. Like it's a memory will be very high. It is happen because number of threads will open and your system memory will be consumed very high. So that is why we need to do for the testing will be we can do for using for the non-GUI mode. You can do for the testing is good for the in JMeter, because there will be we didn't get for the more memory consumption will be very less. So that is why by doing for the this is the GUI mode, means using for the thread group we are clicking for this button, we are doing for that is the GUI mode. So non-GUI nothing but it is a command based testing, we can do that. That is also I will explain in our class. Okay, see now your test is completed. Now you can observe this. So after that we need to observe for the test results also, but we are not added any test results here. So we need to add for the test results also, very important thing. So in the view in the thread group, go to the listeners and you need to select for the we have different type of will be there. Summary report will be there. You can add for the summary report. Summary report nothing but total how many times executed, what is the average response time, what is the minimum maximum standard down, and what is the throughput is generated, and everything we are able to see here. And as simply we can add, we have the multiple things will be there. Listener, you can add aggregate report also. So aggregate report also it will show for the average, minimum, maximum, this all things it will be display. And if you want for the any graphs also, we can add for the graphs also in the listener. You can add for the response time graph. You can click on the response time graph. And if you want to add any more thing, because this all will be we can measure the right testing how we completed, we want to view results table. In the table format you want means you can add this. So this is the way we need to add, then only you are able to see the results here. Now we'll execute again this test, because this test we didn't see for the this output, right? You can go to the view results tree and I'm clearing this. So now again we'll start execution. So now you can observe here summary report it's generating, and you can observe aggregate report And response time also, we are able to see the response time graphs also. Display graphs, you can see it is a graph also, we are able to see the graph. We have this all settings will be there, depends on these settings we can do it. Okay, and we can see the aggregate report. So results will be, you are able to see this is the milliseconds it will calculate for this. So launch is now 662. See, your test is completed. Now we can observe for the summary report. Launch, how many times? 10 users will be executed. What is the average response time? Is 662 milliseconds, means less than 1 second. And you can observe login is a 2032 milliseconds, means it's a 2 seconds. So based on that, we need to understand for these results. If you want to these results, if you want to export anywhere, means you can give for the select here path, like where you want to save this test. So you can give it as a text name or anything, and you can just click on that. Automatically the path will come. Once you can execution is completed, you are go to that particular path and we are able to see the results. So this is the way we need to do for the GUI testing. So anyone any doubt regarding this? So you can observe test is how you can observe each will be different format. See, this is the summary report like launch and sign in, login and total, and aggregate report. You can go to the aggregate report. It is also same look this only, but we can see the error percentage also. You are getting any errors, and throughput how it is generating. 1.0 seconds is happening for the launch, and 1.1 per second throughput is generating. And we can go to the response time table. Response time graph also, we can go to the display graph and we are able to see the response time also. So we are executed less time, right? That is why we are unable to see that. And we can go to the next. So based on for the view results table, you can observe. So first user and second user and how many times it is happen, everything it is display for the this. And this is the sample timeouts and status, nothing but pass or fail, and number of bytes, how many is received and sent, latency. What is the latency? Means network latency. Anything is the latency will be there, it will display for the network point of view. We are able to see the here also. So this is the way we need to check for the our results in the GUI mode. So anyone any doubt regarding this?
అంటే ఐ మీన్ నాకు వచ్చినాడు అంటే ఇప్పుడు CPU అవి మానిటర్ 4 వస్తాయి కదా, 4 మానిటరింగ్ చేస్తుంటారు కదా, అంటే ఏ
Yes.
ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చింది ఏ దాని రిలేటెడ్ అని ఎట్లా తెలుస్తుందండి?
So if it is, you can by seeing
రెస్పాన్స్ టైం లేట్ వచ్చింది, అది దేని రిలేటెడ్ అది?
Yeah, if it is a response time is a delay, then that could be many issues. Maybe CPU is not sufficient, maybe memory is not sufficient, maybe the particular login page it is taking high response time because of maybe the some database query is not releasing very fast. So these kind of things will be happen. So based on that, one by one we need to check. Okay. So everyone is fine for this kind of testing. So GUI testing. So it's a very easy on it. Like we can design scenario and execution only. But compared to say, for example, you can execute with the 500 users. Your CPU memory will be high. It is happen because already I explained, right? When you are doing for the GUI mode, must you will get for the memory will be consumption will be very high. So no one will be prefer for the GUI testing. So that is why we need to do for the non-GUI testing. So tomorrow class we can see for the non-GUI testing also.
అంటే నాన్ జిఐ అంటే ఐ మీన్ కమాండ్ బేస్ మీద చేసేది, అంటే లెనెక్స్ కమాండ్స్ లేకుంటే విండోస్ దాని మీద